Hi there, Zam here from NerdTube. These are my thoughts and spoilers of the Mayor of Kingstown Season 4, Episode 4, Sins of Omission. So it didn't take Mike long to bang the new chick, Cindy Stevens. Good on him. He got one there, that's for sure. But whatever relationship he might end up having with her, if there is such a thing for someone like Mike, kind of got stalwarted because the police were on the scene of what happened last week regarding the Colombians having their place burnt down by a couple of Frank's men. Now, I did actually mention that sending two guys to basically take on an entire cartel was really stupid. And I'm really happy that that particular thing kind of got answered to a degree when Mike was actually speaking to Frank Moses regarding what happened, because he basically wanted to interrogate the place. So he didn't want to send an army of his own to go after another army. He just wanted to know what two men could basically do against an army. And they did quite a lot, considering one of them had a flamethrower. Regardless, I'm happy that my question got answered, even if I didn't necessarily like the answer that was given. But fair enough. They were questioning some of the most obvious things, the obvious issues I had, which is, I guess, good enough. Regardless, with this particular situation going down, war will happen between the Crips and the Colombians, so something has to give. Now, within the prison walls of Kingstown, there are issues there as well regarding the Crips and the Colombians there, and maybe if they can make peace there, they can make maybe peace on the outside world. But the Colombians did actually target Bunny. So far as the inmates are concerned, you can never target Bunny. So they're going to pretend to make peace with the Colombians in the jail, but the reality is they want to kill them. And that was the plan that we saw kind of conjure up during the course of this episode. But unfortunately, the plan wasn't executed perfectly because the Colombian leader in the prison, he kind of survived his ordeal. So we'll see what happens next week regarding that particular aftermath. Now, we did have other things going on in this episode, stuff that kind of surprised me. Ian has always been this one particular guy who comes across pretty much as a good guy, but I think he went full heel turn in this episode because Evelyn's on his ass. Evelyn's on everybody's ass. She's like the one true justice of Kingstown regarding, righteousness and wholesomeness. Even though Mike himself is a good guy and he's obviously our protagonist, he does have a lot of grey in him, whilst Evelyn tries to be the righteous person. And that righteousness almost cost her life. Because we saw something Ian did, which honestly, he can't come back from. He threw some sort of brick or television or I don't know what it was, from a bridge, knowing that Evelyn was going to drive underneath that bridge. And he got it right first time. Give him that, to target a car from above a bridge using an object that you're going to drop. You really have to have major skill. And I give him props that he has that skill. He dropped that item perfectly on that car, crashing through Evelyn's window, making her crash her car and sending her to hospital. Evelyn is not dead, thank God. But now Mike, with all the plethora of things that is on his plate, has to also deal with what the fuck's going on regarding Evelyn. And obviously he's going to blame Robert for it, because Robert's fucking nuts. But Robert is actually innocent on this particular factor. So it doesn't take Mike long to deduct that maybe it could have been Ian, because Ian is also under the radar regarding Evelyn because of the guy he killed, the serial killer he killed. And, the serial killer killed that geezer at that house in the previous season, and that somebody witnessed that. And so, because Ian was covering up for that, he's now under investigation for the cover-up of what that serial killer did, even though Ian ended up killing that serial killer, who was fucking nuts in the first place. That guy who acted all childlike, but then in a moment he would just switch, and then he would be somebody else, like a very Jekyll and Hyde guy, and Ian killed him. That dude. Regardless, Ian's feeling the pressure, and I think Mike can feel that pressure from him, and questioned him as well, which I was kind of surprised Mike was able to figure out it could be Ian so soon, even though Ian gave a good defense of himself, a good rebuttal. Regardless, I think Mike might have bought it, but not 100% sure. It's hard to tell with Mike at times. But yeah, he's got so much on his plate that he's having to drink and he's having to fuck around and jump from place to place, and also deal with his sister-in-law's problems as well, because her car got broken into. Somebody probably tried to steal a catalytic converter or some shit like that, and he has to deal with that situation as well, getting cops to take care of her around the clock, and obviously her brother as well. Sorry, his brother being in jail as well, having to take care of his needs. And we kind of see Kyle getting to know Callahan a little bit better as well. He's opening up to him, talking to him. Callahan's constantly giving him little gifts here and there. And one of the gifts he gave him was a mirror. A mirror that he can look, beyond his gated door, so you can see around corners and stuff like that. Because, you want to keep an eye on things. Now, Cindy has seen all of these exchanges going on between Callahan and Ian. And at one particular point, Mike does ask Cindy for a list of names of all the people in that particular part of the penitentiary. And when he finds out that Callahan is in there, he's really pissed off. And not only is Callahan in there, he's in the neighbouring cell to his brother. He's really pissed off. And he knows all of this because we've seen the warden talking to Callahan as well and making deals with Callahan. Maybe probably to take care of Kyle. But he's taking care of Kyle in his own way. Drugging him up, getting into his head, all of these sort of things. And I think, him being a white supremacist and Mike formerly being a white supremacist, he knows what bad somebody like Mike can do. He can fuck with your mind. But when you're in jail, yeah, your body might be okay, but your mind's going to get fucked. Something he said earlier. And he might turn Kyle. So I think that's why Mike is so concerned about all of that as well. So once again, we'll see how that progresses during the course of this season. There was many things as well that happened, all culminated, regarding people like Bunny and Frank and all of that. But no baby-faced assassin from the Colombians today. He's still in hiding. But overall, it's what you expect from the mayor of Kingstown. Mike jumping from location to location, having to deal with all these fucking problems in a day, and once again, it's amazing how he does it. No wonder he's turning to the fucking source. He's getting really tired of having to deal with all this shit on a regular fucking basis. We'll see what happens next week. Will Ian end up having to face the music? I mean, he kind of told his partner to a degree what happened. I think he needed to tell somebody, and he told his partner what happened. But he might. I'm really upset. But I like Ian. I like Ian a lot. But what he did to Evelyn, like he crossed the line after doing that. He really did, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens regarding Ian. Is there no coming back for him? I mean, he's a loyal guy. He's loyal as fuck. He really is. And that could also be his downfall. Alright, I give this episode an 8 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it once again. It's just some of the best stuff. Oh, I did forget one thing. That Crip warden who's on the payroll by Bunny, he's only been put into the jail because he's Bunny wants somebody on the other side of the fence in that jail representing him. And Mike knows about this guy and has got him spying in the jail as well. And he finds out that the Colombians are able to get drugs into the prison using fuel tanks. But the person overseeing this is the deputy warden as well. So we'll see if any comeuppance happens to him. And in a way, that all of this could be why Carney died the other week. So yeah, there's a lot to unfold from all of this. But yeah, that warden is crooked as fuck. And that warden, I think he's not long for this earth much longer, in my opinion. The one who works for Bunny, I think he's going to be dead soon. Anyway, 8 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest social media channel you never heard of. Take care. Bye bye.